pressure?
Now is when I'm thinking about it, but it never crossed my mind.
Yeah, because she expects madingo.
Me I've thought about it and I'm like, hata hiyo pressure ikoaje, it's still higher than their average. So average yetu ni higher than their average. Unacheki. You know here unajua of course kama moyo unless umuulize umaiko na black was it a luya? No. Okay, thank you. Then I'll just carry on, you know. Unajua zile zenye. I have never felt the pressure. I don't think
Luya Iko Nini.
Yeah, twende.
Ebony yani dem ameni inspire. Like let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo niko sawa. Like move career like out of dem ameni inspire.
Yeah.
Niza sema vile nilikuwa nasema ile I've waited for too long. Then I end up not performing. Ama ile moja ile like the same thing you said, if you lower expectations and then you get out to perform. So kana kumbuka kuna kingine nilikuwa nimelower expectations zangu sana because every time we met it was like Jesus this, Jesus that. Alafu on my side I think Jesus is a fictional character, so now tuko hapo, so now I'm expecting since Jesus, I keep telling you Jesus is fictional, you'll never give it to me.
Then you have to encourage.
Nikashtukia juu amefanya pap, alafu ni kryptonite yangu iko creamy buda. Nilingia pale jana skulas jo. Yani ni creamy na sikona you expect. See. Mara ya kwanza. Ikaendelea hivyo nikam disappoint. Unajua cause me I'm like I'm Cristiano, I'm Messi. Hapa jana perform kama nani na perform kama msana chezea Ulinzi Sugar if there's something like that.
Akona job mchana anakuwa wachi.
What is your weeks passed what then now you're like ulinipatia first of all you went against your religion ama all your religious beliefs. So nini kakanipatia mara ya pili creamy tena low expectations nikachoma kako inipatia tena wewe niko shara akiwachwa tukasanga ile bure
angusha
useless
kuna kazi hapo.
So kuna wale so kuna kuaga pia na hiyo like don't dema kifanya low expectations zako. I think even the performance also,
and what I used to hate,
your joke was super funny too.
And I think even speaking to what you're saying, what I really hated is I don't like your guilt. Negate mademu uko nayo where you have to play hard. You have to, even though we can see your face is, but you have to be like hiyo kitu inaniturn off vibaya sana. Udema ana pretend ataki and then she hiyo kitu ilikuwa inanihangaisha mimi kwa nasema acha spend hiyo kitu kabisa.
Kuna kuaga na hiyo tu.
Hiyo inakuanga nikipata si hata ni eti imeni hiyo kryptonite yako hiyo. Mimi it's just like me I want to be done. I've already spent too much time on this. I want to be done, but I want to be nipate zangu niende. Wewe uko unataka si
mimi kitu funny ni like every time nikipewa nilikuwa na try to do my best because like I feel like me nilikuwa na try ku niko like okay sawa uko Nairobi you have a certain significant body count. I need you to like remember me. So like I was never even a hit and run person because I was always like if I can hit it and then you come back then it shows that service. Blah blah blah.
Jamaa kona logo established 1776. You come back for more.
So alafu nini still talking of your jokes, like one of your funniest jokes was like ninja ina do joke flani kwa alami alafu inaambia like did you know that bananas have potassium? Nacheki ati bananas are a good source of potassium. I feel like go like but potassium is a metal. So you know what, bananas are a good source of bananas. So hiyo joke yako ilifanya like nisha mention kwa hii podcast like I have a very funny relationship with bananas. Like if I'm in my house I can enjoy a banana. Nacheki like I'm anywhere in Africa even in Africa I can enjoy a banana but around black people or even Indians. As soon as there is a white person ukinipatia banana they were like no.
Really?
So for me to see you joking about bananas in front of a white crowd I was like damn this dude is good because I can never eat bananas around white people.
Really?
Because these people fucked it up for me. They made it some whole other shit. Wati Daniel Alves who Brazil ameenda kupiga kona innocently akashamishwa banana shit unacheki alafu apart from that tutarushiwa banana alafu fanywe zile monkey sound I can't even make monkey sounds. These people know how. So I'm always like I'd never eat a banana around white people. And I don't know what say. So ukiwa tu Calgary uko natandika banana.
Potassium ndani. Niko ndani mimi haya. And you were saying, interesting. That's really good. Really. So you were in Uganda, yeah? Uganda. No, okay, Uganda. Yeah, bananas, man. That sounds like a good. I have no problems. I wonder where it came from for you though, because see, you've lived in Kenya a lot.
I've lived in Kenya a lot.
You're just traveling.
After I travel, I've dealt with white people closely and what.
Yeah.
But the fact that that's the one thing. Since Kitambo, like Akina John Barnes playing for Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's always been about bananas.
Yeah.
So I think yangu pia imetoka from football. Like it's always, if you want to insult a black person, throw a banana at them.
Because you're saying
something,
monkey.
do something with a banana.
Alluding to monkey, right?
Yes.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, this is such a good fruit.
Yes.
And I want to enjoy it. So if I know I'm not going to enjoy this good fruit, I'd rather just stay away from it. Because kasi hivyo tutakosana.
What about smoothies, banana smoothies in front of white people? Kupatia banana, can you make a smoothie? Can you blend it?
Maybe because now the others can't see it. Like sasa unajua pia naweza kuwa like, hey, these monkeys want it. Yeah.
So bad. They want it in their fiber.
Yeah. At this rate nafikiria hata uende pale kuna kuanga na hizi nini yogurt za Del Monte zile zinakuwa na fruits. Nikienda ninachukua banana alafu nikamlami nitakwenda
no change my mind. Pineapples.
Pineapple.
So kuna picha fulani imekuwa kigo around social media the last couple of days. So ni lips, sorry, I was looking for it, but ni lips za sisi Negroes, alafu lips za mlami, alafu lips za monkey.
Nimekuwa kicheki. Like whose lips look like a monkey's.
Zinafanana na nani zaidi?
See, I think actually there's.
And even their color.
Yeah.
Okay, even the darkest monkey is
ndani niyo kalao. Ukishave niyo kalao, they have more hair.
More hair.
Like all
they're
races,
more hairy.
All races are more hairy than sisi. So inakuwa tu jinga. So unajua ni ile like
I think
wametumesia hivyo mpaka
our self-esteem, our insecurities are big when you think about it, because all those things they are preoccupied with them, and it's always us trying to prove ourselves against them. Me, I think one of the problems is with us being very brittle, not because of our own fault, but because of the trauma and the past around trauma. So certain things become triggers. Like they are just words in the real sense of the thing. They are words, they shouldn't mean anything. But because of the trauma associated with it, and then hata umeambiwa kwamba hiyo kitu mtu akiwa ikwambia hivyo anakutukana, inaanza kukujamisha, yani inakufanya, and then inaingiana na the fact that right now currently in this last 2 centuries they've been dominating the entire thing. Unajua there is always somebody on top politically and militarily on that stuff. There's always someone, and usually it's the psychopaths that get their head. They can always mess the system. So I think for us it's a lot of trauma, and I think our strength will be taking away the power from those things in what they mean to us.
You know, it's easier, like taking away the power is easier said than done.
Yeah, that's true.
Like for example, like when white people show up in Africa, will be there being fake Maasais and giving them flowers. But you now try to imagine, Zach, umeenda zako New York, ushala New York, alafu kamtoi kamlami kakulete like a bundle of bananas. Like utataka kurudi Africa, uko Wakanda, what is this?
Ngoja flowers zako bananas.
Like bananas. Like utakuwa so I think that's what I would say, like but if they give me mangoes, I have no problem.
But bananas, you'll be angry.
Lakini bananas narudi Africa.
Me, I feel like I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I've actually interacted with people and them in that sense, and Mimi, I do not, man. Like my chapa show fulani, it was Halloween. This is another one I found out the wrong way. I didn't know. So mimi ni Mkenya, nimetoka Kenya. So nilikuwa show fulani in a small town. I was on tour, Halloween show. It's almost corporate. They pay. Your Halloween show is premium. Mazene meenda na wase. So when you do Halloween now, wase they take it seriously. It's a big holiday. People dress up as everything. Now it's even morphed. It used to be a witch holiday. They used to dress up as witches and stuff. But now people dress up as anybody, as celebrities, as nini. Mazene nimeingia, nimechapa show. Tunafaa kuchapa show. So mimi nimeenda huko nimeopen and then I was opening for a friend a guy called Derek Sweet. So mimi nimechapa nimehost show open nikamuita akakuja. Derek amechapa kitu yake but amejam, yani he was not even performing and like he couldn't follow me. Like I was like, why is this off today? And then later he's coming to me, he's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, what are you sorry for? I didn't book the gig. This is not I don't care. Like, what are you talking about? I'm so sorry. And kumbe, after the show, I ran into this guy. I'm a blackface. So blackface in the black community in North America is offensive because of the history of it. To me as an African, I didn't know about that history. So it's not offensive to me. It's funny. I'm like, who are you? It's like, I'm Flavor. I was like, of course it's Flavor. And we just laugh and we're just chatting. So this guy is even talking to me out of guilt. Extra talking. And I don't know. I just think we're vibing. This guy is coming to apologize. I mean, kuja kunipull aside. I hope you're not offended. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, that guy, isn't that? I didn't find that offensive. I was like, what offensive? What did he say? Because there was a lot of things that used to pass me because I don't have when you don't have the context, when the word is not loaded in you, it's a software. If it's not, you don't have the software to respond to it, it means shit. So like, he's apologizing and I'm like, for the blackface, he's like, yeah, that's really offensive, you should not do that. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I'm confused as hell.
Because there are things that are offensive to, like, especially black Americans, that are not offensive to us. For example, white people in dreadlocks. I don't give a fuck. I lose no sleep, whatever. We'll check it out, like this girl, what's her name? Adele. Adele went to Jamaica and she put on like a Jamaican outfit, the Jamaican flag. And black Americans were talking shit. So there's also that level of like black American shit. But you see, I think why the banana affects me is because it's beyond America. It's come to soccer.
Europe, it's come to soccer.
Like Daniel,
the place where there should be none of it.
Kukuna hiyo. So it's more than that.
Could also be because I don't watch football at all. See, watching soccer kabisa. Like sijai get into the game. Mimi
athletics tunajua.
Athletics tu mimi tukoanza angalia rhythm ya Kipchoge. Tunazi analyze na terms unaanza kuzi make it more interesting. Look at his rhythm, look at his form. I'm like, you're just looking at a guy running in a linear like there's nothing else. You know, so
talking of Kalenjins and fake Kalenjins, Sakaja. There's always the rumor that Sakaja is Kalenjin.
I've heard that.
You've heard that.
But
apart from that, amefanya nikakumbuka. Ulipata degree yako kama pia
No, I didn't finish my degree. Me, I Sakaja did. I did Sakaja did, but I had a good reason. At that point, I was thinking I was going to live in Canada, or at least I knew I was going to be there, and I already found a career. It was looking good.
Comedy.
In fact, comedy. I got signed in my third year or fourth year. Like, so I've been in school. Nimeanza kufanya degree. Sasa I am doing my 2 years, but I've already done that. So I only had 1 year, kind of 1 year left, give or take. But I'm already getting signed. I'm going on the road. You know, I'm looking like in a year's time, I won't need a day job. That's exactly what happened. So, and then I'm looking at all the Africans. So there's still going to be the racism aspect. First of all, whatever I've learned in school, I felt like I could have learned without going to school. I knew I got what I wanted. I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I'm heading there. It looks nice. So already I'm like, there's nothing. I'm just going to be spending an extra $40,000 for this. And I'll never use it anywhere because everything I need to learn, I think I have kind of learned. The rest I need to learn with the world. Nienda nijifunze na dunia. So by the third, when I was saying I'm not paying that money anymore, I'm going on the road. I already had a certificate. I could get a work permit with it. Nilikuwa nisha graduate diploma. Nimemalizana nayo. So now I'm heading to my degree. You know, I'm doing well. I'm getting honors, first class honors, all that crap. So I'm okay. But in my mind, I can't justify. It's become repetitive. Even the courses I'm going through, I'm like, easy vitu I learned in diploma, bro. Why are you repeating? Why are you regurgitating? So, nikaisakaja.
Nikiisakaja. History yake, do you buy his story? So his story is, hakumaliza hii, but alienda Uganda, ama alifanya hii Uganda.
Bro.
Uganda, do you buy it? Because now, hii Uganda apparently it exists. It's only Uhuru Kenyatta fighting him. Do you believe that? And I say this as someone who really loves Sakaja hapa. Ama vipi, Joseph?
Yeah, I do.
It's just that it's there. This story has been in the news for the past week, so we have to talk about
we have to talk about it. No, I agree. I do think it's political.
Yeah.
I do think it's largely political because I've seen a lot.
Graduated.
Yeah, that's easy. Like that guy could have paid guys to get him the exam done, even if he couldn't do it himself. Like getting the papers, doing the coursework, he could get it done. Especially if he knew he was gonna be running for governor. He's always come across to me as somebody who probably thinks that far ahead kidogo.
But now what you're forgetting is in 2017, a lot of people with questionable papers ended up going through. So you had YT2, you had who else? You had Joho. So mtuka YT2, even that joke Taingashira of like Punjab University, he didn't have a visa. So you see now through that you think I can get away with this. Unacheki? And then you find out this time is like no. So I think that's what has happened.
No,
like,
but the thing is,
got too comfortable.
As a senator, he doesn't need to have a degree.
Yeah.
You just need a diploma, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't need the senator. You need the same qualifications as an MCA, as the head of the county assembly. The senator is the head of the county in a way. So county assembly. So I think he might have gotten the papers, but everybody knew he did it. So he checked all the boxes, but everybody knew the shadiness of how he got it. In the sense that ninataka degree
team university ama
team university because ulisema alishasema ya Kenya ako graduate alishakubali.
Alafu sasa swali lingine ni wewe before Sakaja did you know about team university?
No. hata saizi I didn't even Google, I just laughed. Just like bro hapo hata wewe sungongia na mtu wa Makerere.
Si ndio?
If you're going to be paying, just pay, you know what I mean? Like just talk
of Entebbe or something like
what the hell, like you could have gotten a place that is recognized.
And does an honorary degree, does it count?
I don't think it should count. I don't think it should count. And I don't think it counts.
I think it should count. You know why?
Why?
Like, I'm going to use this guy as an example. We had Abel Mtua here. Abel Mtua is so good in film. And screenwriting. So, which university lecturer is supposed to teach him? Like in Kenya?
No one can
so
teach him.
He should be given an honorary
he should be
degree.
grandfathered in.
Yes,
but that one...
Because he's super good at what he does.
Now that one is... There should be levels to these honorary degrees then. Because
that's what I'm saying. Like if
he's grandfathered in because he's beyond what you know. He can teach you what you're trying to teach. Right? So he should be grandfathered in. I agree with that. That 100% come to Abeli. Apewe like honorary for whatever he's done for literary work. I am 100% for that. The issue is they are also usually given out to politicians. So I feel like it should be given out to people who have excelled in their fields. Very well in their fields, done it so well.
Before we engage politics.
Before engage politics.
So like if Abel is given right now, and then eventually wants to run, that should count. But akishakuwa politician alafu apatiwe, hiyo ifai ku count. I feel like
and even then, by the way, I think even the idea of needing those papers is bullshit, complete bullshit. Like needing a degree to represent people.
But you're running
governor,
a city. Running a city, you need to have a few ideas.
A certain level
history
of...
ati, wanawake kutoka siku yangu, mtakuwa mnafanya biashara vizuri, alafu kila mtu
But the problem is, I could also just have a degree in something boring that doesn't require working and I'll still get the governorship.
Inabidi tu animal husbandry.
Animal husbandry, exactly. Like,
itakuwa like hapa, najua ni Nairobi lakini tutaanza kufuga wanyama.
Exactly. So it's, to me, if you find it's counterproductive, I think if anything, I think people should be forced to go through something like the School of Government or something. Understand a bit more of philosophies, learn to think around things, because some of things to do with the leadership is never usually about execution. Even though you're the county CEO, you're really about leading. So if you can understand, if you can philosophize the problems of your context and create some solutions for them, guiding philosophies for those solutions, you see, that
would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Now it should be different. You don't have a degree, but your team, instead of just having a running mate, you have this other team around you.
Exactly.
Like Nikingia into power, there'll be this guy with this degree, this guy. So my job will be just to whatever, and then they'll execute.
Executors, so because you're not going to be a practitioner. So the idea of, even if you're what do you say, what is a skilled labor that some people have, you're an electrician, you could be the best electrician in the world, you think like, you know how to think like Sitima, but the moment you're supposed to do administration, lead a country, I don't think those skills match. Those skills are not transferable. But see, as an electrician, you can work. Now, maybe as an engineer, you can, because as an engineer, you can design systems. You can work around making things work without, in a scale level. A practitioner is just good at what he's doing there and then in a very granular level. But somebody who can understand scale and do it in a big... So for me, I'm like, I'm 50-50 about the whole requirement, honestly. Because you never end up doing anything. You should need to be a better thinker.
But still, as a comedian, and the way like we remember Trump alipatia comedians a lot of content. Would you say like Gachagua is like a form of Trump in Kenya? Like he can give comedians a lot of material. Gachagua as in the course of things that he says. Kama majuzi nini amesema? Ile amesema ati the day of voting the police should let prisoners go and vote and then the prisoners come back. See, like this
like that guy is fodder. But I feel like he's gonna be fodder in the way that in a very dangerous fodder whereby this guy is really that. Whatever he says is that. There's somebody like Trump or Wajakoya. These guys are smart. Whatever they're saying is outrageous by design. It's not, they're doing it by design. They're not that dumb.
They know.
But these other guys, who Jaman is this straight shooter. Who by the way to catch. Gachagua anakaa kukach. You know what I mean? Like alikuanga dio wakati wa Moi, anakaa msewa kukach. But somebody like Wajakoya, he'll say something outrageous. Tukuja tumroast hapo tumroast. And then of course behind us watu wamenishika. Wameishika wachana nao. It's like it sounds like fair game, but I don't know if Gachagua will be fair game. Like he sounds like the type of guy mwenye yenyewe atakacha sema hiyo kitu ni nini imefanyizimeni hiyo kitu. That is the dangerous thing about
I don't know how true this is, but I had something like close to alikuwa naambia UDA supporters that if they win the elections, the police will be going and picking them up as drunkards and taking them home. Najua. Like unajua when radical, he says such things, you're there like, say, is he joking?
Exactly.
Is he whatever? But now you also have to look at the dangerous side where if he's a vice president, he stands a chance of being a president.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And now, would you want a president like that?
Yeah, that is a question. But to be also...
Ruto can be president.
Because
you understand, ni Ruto. But this second guy, ule unajua, like the second guy was supposed to be Kithure Kindiki.
Kithure Kindiki. In fact, he was the front runner.
Ruto mwenyewe didn't want him.
Now that is also, that gets me to go back on my point, retract my point a bit, because I'm like, then this guy must be smart too, in a way. Like he can do that. If he can squeeze you like that, like the way Ruto is a tough guy to push to the wall.
See, I think,
but he did.
I think what happened was ilikuwa about the mountain. See, like Ruto needs a lot of the mountain. I think he needs even 99% of it, or at least 90% of it. So when people heard that Kithure was taking over, what did he do? Huko nani Gachagua aliorganize huko na mafalowa na Gachagua na Ruto after
ali mobilize
meeting iliitwa usiku kabisa. That's mpaka nani akatoa press conference like around 2 am press conference ya Hussein Mohamed ile akisema like kesho tuta announce kesho kiannounce na kamseka kwa Iko Nini nime squeeze watu nuts hapa usiku so he literally Ali squeeze nuts out.
I know he's that much. So he's a general.
He's intelligent. I'd say he's mafia.
He's mafia. Yes, muscle. That's true. That's true. He's a muscle guy.
So kuna hiyo, but inafanya inakuwa nini? But nani? Kalonzo on his side, do you think like he's also comedic fodder, as you call?
Absolutely. And he's so spineless. It's hilarious. Like these guys used to ndio mkubwa, and I feel like hiyo time ya Moi ilimfanya alambe. Huyu jamaa anajua kulamba. He'll jump to where it works.
But don't you think he's on brand?
Wiper. Definitely on brand. He's on brand, bro. But he's so spineless. Like that guy, you wouldn't want that guy to be president. Never.
Like msewingine pia I find to be hilarious as a politician. Especially when he's enjoying other politicians is Ruto.
Because
kumbuka Ruto. Vile Ruto alitandikaga nani? And these people
Mtua.
they end up coming back to him
Yeah.
on a kisasi yake
Yeah.
Mtua
Yes.
Wakunga akienjoy Mtua juu ya kusqueeze mkono now the worst one was not Mtua Utekula litandikaga Wetangula
bana.
saizi Wetangula iko hapo with his dust shoes unakumeleta Wetangula
mambo ya bibi
mambo ya bibi.
Sasa huyu jamaa kweli anataka
ngala kugayo
nakumbukanga ete
ile ati
Alipigwa na
kitambo na bibi the best thing is don't report ukisema sasa
utasema tunajua unaenda kwa polisi kweli sio mtu unanyamaza
alafu anapasua alafu
ndiye mangwana
these same dudes right now they are all pro Ruto
bana
kuna mwingine ndio anavalishwa kofia hapo kimadharau
mgani
umesalinyanganya bibi
Alfred
alikuwa juu Kiprado anavalishwa kofia ama tu mvalisha
alifinya mkono
amevalishwa kofia hapo hivyo mnyonge yani
ameshikwa shikamana
doesn't want to be there
bro
mse unibamba sana as in hiyo nini kusika hiyo piece yake ya nani ya anaitwa Alfred Mtua ukishikanisha as a stand up hiyo Alfred alafu ushikanisha na yake ya Wetangula hizo vitu ni standing ovation
bana
yani ni funny alafu saizi like a few years later these dudes are there and they're not just they are licking his ass as in they need him now this
was your dignity
like where is I think politics always got a dignity I think there's a certain level of
shamelessness that is required to have you're right
alafu pia usikue mbele cause kitu imeka mku bite Sakaja in the ass is what he did to nani Kibaki side piece
which one
ule mother
ule the Wamboi
kitu Sakaja
alifanya nini I don't know
mother alikuwa nominated sijui kakuwe head of sijui the National Employment Agency you know something she was not qualified for alafu she didn't have a degree who brought up the fact she doesn't have a degree
Sakaja
now years later nikoshoka kama mother kaka sio uliona ulikuwa
utajua tu nakufanya Emilio invoking the spirit of Emilio
kwanza hata kwa hiyo najua tu nikibali alikuwa ananipenda
amefanyishwa
mother jo alinibambaga sana alafu lichekizile nini I think we mentioned hiyo kwa one of the podcasts like they used to be super tight with Lucy this woman
yes they used to be friends I saw those pictures I saw a picture na mtoi wa Kibaki
alafu sindio alafu nakuonyesha vile Kibaki had like such a wide range of taste because do you know the difference between the two women Lucy kalikuwa ka short Wamboi
mrefu
yani so hata
real economist bro
what do you see like what do you see it's so clear she's taller than you she's
difference ni kubwa that is a real economist right there manze if you unaenda kucheat na dem anafanana na wife yako what the sunge baki tu home wewe tafuta something different complete plot twist
tafuta old dem different oje Gomeri Wamboi wamadha ni mrefu jo alafu kuna zile photos wakiwa pamoja iko hivi jo yani nekana kaangalia kaka hapo tukashari Emilio Lucy lakini Lucy alivuruga je
alikuwa mkali with
so kwanza nyinyi ndio lamza kwa mnajua mshaona mawaifu wa Moi kwa sababu sisi Moi alikuwa na keep secret maybe kuna place nyewe wakale uenda mnaangalia
si tunajua tu mmoja Lena the one who they divorced in 74 and then he just kept like she became a village she was in a village apparently aliambiwa tu aishi maisha yake hapo she lived humbly ya kuleta drama and
anything did she live well like she lived comfortably okay
not as good as they did she lived I heard she lived a life ya kama kila mtu like mashida kidogo of course not that insane but even the firstborn son the one who passed on was closer to the mother yako kana father yake aliendanga na mother yake so he even had money troubles from time to time apparently like akuanga napokea the nini from
Lakini
that they need. But they did well.
Tu lambe tu rasa ya budako na umekido yako hapo.
Yeah.
Like kuna
that's all you
ile
needed
like
to
you can
do.
still be loyal to your mother
without alienating your dad.
I think a good life.
Yeah, ni ile kukach. Unachanga checking mtoi badala ku realize these are two different people. They are my people, but conflict yao I should not be part of it. Maybe the older one aliingia hiyo conflict in fighting saying unamfanyisha badala ya kujitoa na kusema hey nyinyi pambaneni I'm still love you, you're still my parents, you conflict yenyu, you're two different people, I'm a third party here. So I think that
because it makes sense to be angry at your dad as a young man. Or just a young man where but your mother is perfect, whatever, but the older you get it needs to reach a level where you know that since if your girlfriends are not perfect, then your dad's girlfriend can't be perfect.
Exactly.
That means your mother had her flaws. So if, as
and
much
vice
as,
versa.
As much as you maybe revere, if I can use that term, you unakosana budako jani. Alafu budako akwe billionaire. Ina to bring back to ile case tulibonga jia mention story ya like Nani's when Saitoti died.
Yes.
There's this family that came out and started claiming Saitoti's son.
I remember.
And they were claiming that the Saitoti's son is their biological father.
Yes, son.
A son, that is. So the question was, if you are being raised by like you've never met your biological parents.
Yes.
Well, life yako yote umekuwa ukijua mtu kama nani, let's say Uhuru Kenyatta is your dad all your life, that's all you know. Uhuru with the billions. Then all of a sudden kabuda fulani katokee kako like I'm your father na kamesota wote chagua na kanafanana na wewe si ati wote chagua na Uhuru na kabuda.
Of course unabaki home. Why rock the boat? Unabaki home. Don't rock the boat my nigga.
Like go fuck yourself.
You know ine mambo unafanya peace with in your deathbed. Ndio unaanza kusema let me look for my family after usha inherit.
But that also comes back to the definition of family. What is family?
Exactly.
Is it that person who bust a nut and then left?
No.
Or is it the person who's
the person who generally stayed there, even though there's the element of as long as that connection is there, that helps. So in a situation where that connection was there, that would have made sense. But unajua pia the other risk is umto ya Saitoti ingepatikana ile time ako unaweza pata kama anakuanga na crisis kama teenage crisis na parents likely would have jumped on that but because he's been raised in money, so he's never known that money, not having money is a bad thing. You know, when you're in money you don't know that not having money is a bad thing. You just think you know, you're all about kumbaya, you're all about like the world is one big place, and so you just want to solve your problems the best way you know how. So stuff like that happens, but if at that point walikuwa na relationship poa nini anybody else coming out of the woodworks is not gonna make sense.
But then this also goes back to less story. I'm not known to be a person of quoting the Bible, lazima ni quote the Bible. Nangale kwa Bible ile story ya Solomon, where two women come and claim the child, sindio? And then Solomon is like, bring a knife, let me cut the baby into two, ndio uchukue half or uchukue half. And then one woman was like no, and then Solomon akajua that's the mother, sindio? Wewe, you're the biological mother of this kid. This kid is like is going to inherit a kingdom. Woko pahali you can't afford shit, you want to spoil for your kid. True. Acha aende, like you don't know, because this is a grown person. If they are truly your kid,
let them have
it
but then again checky, it depends on what type of the socioeconomic situation of that family, of that kid.
They're not Saitoti rich,
but they were middle class rich, right? Okay. No,
I think there was zile za leo tukikula nyama siku mbili consecutive tukula hivi kimekuwa mzuri.
Because what I'm trying to say is there's an element of the older you get after you've gotten all your money, or you've run around for money so long, you just have enough for you. You start realizing you get an existential thing whereby it's no longer about the money for you. It's about that fulfillment with having people, having kids.
Yourself.
Exactly. That is a mindset of huyu unataka billions. Yeye kwake hata upate billions anaona haitasaidia kwa sababu tulikusukuma huko. So at that point actually it's actually also selfish in a way. It's about them. Maybe they want to maybe they just wanted kuchotewa tu, you never know, right? They came back, walinunuliwa kitambo, hizo do ziliisha, wanataka warudi ingine, wakaambiwa tulishamalizana. Sasa tena wanasema basi tutavuruga, tutachafua. Kuvuruga hiyo ndio kwao, kuvuruga.
I think
it was being spoilers, because if you always knew
Saitoti yuko kuna kacheka kalikuwa kanakam.
Yes,
after vile Saitoti alinenio mafuta ikafungwa, si ndio? But sasa pia ina bring up like a whole other debate, and this is hata kwako Zak. Like if right now you to discover that whoever you've been looking at as your father is not your father, but your biological father is some very rich dude. And this rich dude has told you you have to disown your biological to inherit the kingdom.
Check you being Kalonzo.
He's dying. So it means even if you disinherit your father, you can go back and apologize.
Yes.
Would you consider it? You have to look your father in the face and be like, fuck you, dude. You ain't my father, nigga. Halafu ishie.
But it will be fake.
Is rich.
Atakupea do.
Uta inherit. Now if amekwambia
is my father in on it?
No. Your father does not know.
Probably not.
No, yes.
I don't want to do it. Because checking me being Kalonzo. I don't think so.
Skiza vile nimekwambia. Like the father who's raised you is not your biological father. It's this other dude.
Oh.
So if you come to blood, DNA, it's this other dude.
Dude, that's your father.
Your father. He's the one who bust a nut. Kitambo, but your mother kept a secret. Nacheki. And this dude has been looking for you.
Amekuwa akikuangalia na mbali hata.
Amekuwa kikutafuta for very long. Just couldn't trace your mother. But then 40 years later he's shown up. He's a dollar millionaire. Kama ule msalikufa mengi. Unacheki. Like maybe it's mengi still alive. You can inherit $560 million. The only thing you have to disown, not your mother, your father. Mnataka kukaa hapa mnidanganye ati
no bro,
everything has to have some sort of like, if you're telling me you have to disown, I mean there's some disingenuous thing going
something
on
bullshit.
If it's bullshit, because if you really are my father, you say okay fine, I'm your father. That guy who has been raising you is not your father and I want you to inherit. Don't tell me anything bad about the other guy, because I know him. I have a connection to him. I love him. Don't because
huyu nitamwambia tu buda usijali, nimeenda kuishi huko, unaona si tunafinyana hapa sana, hata wewe acha nikupatie ka space, nitakutumianga ka kitu, mimi niko sawa.
On
because this is how I look at it. You see, if I disown you, I can disrespect you, whatever disown you, and still be able to take care of you, because now you have this kingdom. So I can be taking care of you without this dude knowing. It's just that it's a comfortable life enough, because of course I would put you in a Lamborghini, because if I put you in a Lamborghini itajulikana na kufeed. Lakini kuna vile inaweza kuwa like Naku, whatever. No, I was just asking.
I know it's a hypothetical. It's a very good hypothetical.
It will just depend on what will be like. What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
He's just your father. Now he doesn't want you to have two dads. He wants you to have one dad.
Hiyo ni story ya, if the condition is provided you live the other family, basi nitaongelesha ya mzae na umecheki. Iko hivi, makosa imefanyika usijali, hiyo mama mtatatua nyinyi wenyewe, lakini makosa imefanyika. Sasa vile nitafanya wewe nataka kamata wewe shika hivi na unyamaze, acha mimi najua nitakwambia ndarudi, usijali, huyu jamaa nitampanga. That's the only way. You'll have to collaborate with your people. That's the only way for it to make sense, because you also have, at that point, remember there's a hole in your soul you have to fill. So you have to go and try and connect with that dude so you understand your origin better.
Because for me at this age, connecting with somebody else,
it's next to impossible.
It's impossible. At that point, by the way, you're just going for the money. That's why it really has to be like this.
That's why I had to talk about like a lot of money. You see, But sasa tukitoka hapo now, let's talk about the stand-up collective. Like, when I first saw it, I remember tulikam tukabonga juu yake kwa podcast. I don't know if you ever had.
I remember.
Tulikuwa there tukisema like there's these people who are doing stand-up. They call themselves the stand-up collective. And we think they are going to change the game. And then Misko najua like you're the one who started it, unless I understood tie wrongly. You're the one who started it. So what was like going through your mind ukiamua like I'm going to start this stand-up collective? Because don't forget, there was already comedy. And there was already stand-up in quotes. So like, why did you feel like ukaita hiyo jina? Like what mko mna expect nini? Like what were your expectations when starting it? The dream?
Yeah, the dream was huge, man. The dream is still very big.
Yeah.
But when I moved back again to Nairobi here, I met Kisiangani. He was out there doing Churchill. So whenever I'd visit, I'd find myself doing guest spots at Churchill. Berry used to put me up all the time and ananiambia tu unataka kupiga tu. Me, I don't want to be recorded because I would be here for a month and when I'm going back I'm going to be on tour.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, hey, me nipatia stage time, I just stay sharp. So Berry used to be very gracious and anipatia open mic na chapa na tokanga. I do 5-minute guest spots, whatever it was. So when I moved back though, to when I moved to Kenya, I moved to Nairobi. I wanted to do comedy, but nobody was doing it properly.
Yeah.
Everything was set up for. It felt to me opportunistic. The way. But it's the model of how it happened, right? The way the existing... First of all, there was no scene. What was happening was there was a TV show sustaining a scene. Churchill was a TV show sustaining a scene. So there was never really a true culture of stand-up or comedy or comedy club. There was never a true culture. So the idea was I'm trying to work out material. I don't want to be aired. One of the things I used to see was a problem too was the opportunism of taking people who are talented, they're funny, then you put them on national TV right away. No preparation, no coaching, no understanding of the craft whatsoever. So there's the idea of being knowledgeable, being talented, and by the idea of being skilled in the craft. That was one of the biggest shortfalls I noticed, that we didn't have people who are skilled in the craft. We had people who are talented, but they don't practice their craft. They don't know how to do their craft. Everything is by chance because talent is chance.
Initangwa nini hard work beats talent if talent does not work hard.
Exactly. So that became a big problem. Like I would try and do shows and everything was just like, everything seemed like like a quick cash grab somewhere here. So it's like you're doing something, the point of doing everything was always naduini yomoke tu. So what happens when you're moka? Do you stop living? Do you stop doing what you do? Then it creates a crisis. Hiyo ndio source of my depressions inakujanga a lot, by the way, because your goal was to get on Iko Nini, then you get on Iko Nini, now you're fucked. What are you going to be doing next? So that was the whole idea. So we said, the idea was, so Kisiangani and I sat and we said, let's start clubs. The goal was we're going to start a few comedy clubs to help each other. We sustain the scene. So all you have to do is you start a club, do a monthly show, Kisiangani, and then you have it was me, Kisiangani, Mamito, and Amandip. Do a monthly show.
Yani, unajua, this is one thing. Like I have to even pause this to say that like the amount of respect I've started. I respected her before. Like if anyone goes and listens to podcast zetu from back in the days, Ataski and mentioned Mamito. And all this time I was praising this girl. I never knew she was this active in the stand-up scene.
Yeah, she was. She is.
Like, because we see her kwa hizi skits. Like she's done skits na wewe, amefanya skits na Terence, amefanya skits like with everyone. So we see her this, tunamkumbuka kwa Churchill. Alafu kumbe apart from Churchill, she's still in the so-called underground scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, that girl, Joe.
Every week, man.
Mad respect, Joe. Lazima nimpatie hiyo nini. Because, like she's stayed, even like, because even I'll say like right now, kwa that underground scene in quotes, she's the biggest act somehow.
Absolutely,
even like
absolutely. By far.
For her to even work in quotes, I'm going to put it in quotes, like under tie. It takes us
certain type of person.
Because if she was a diva, she'd be like, I'm the bigger name,
I should be the host.
I'm the bigger what. But for her to know, like, I can play my position here and still be the mamito. That's you have to respect that.
Akona levels. She's got.
So she was involved kwa hii story.
She was involved. So the idea was we were starting. We're saying let's start a scene. So we knew we need to have a vibrant scene. So we need first to activate the vibrancy, the culture. You need to incubate the culture a lot. That was the main goal. So we started setting out to do these things, doing these different clubs, but everybody kept doing sporadically. So the goal was, we are only 4 right now. We do one show. What is the standard amount of time needed for a good show? 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours. For black people, 2 hours. For white, 1 hour 30. That's the optimum time for a show. So I had the time. I had at least 40 minutes I could do. Amandip had at least 15 to 20. Emmanuel had 15 to 20, and he could host very well. Mamito also was starting. She was starting to learn how to write in English, and she was really like that chick like you described. She can sit down and learn. Like ana kiburi yoyote. So at that point we worked. So she's very smart. Everybody was working. So we were working, and we have these 10 minutes each of us, and then we have people, and then there was another guy, Brian Onjoro. Brian Onjoro pia gotta give him his flowers. Even though akona manini zake.
Tulikuwa naye siku moja.
Yeah, mulikuwa naye. Yeah, Starch. Yeah, nimesema Starch.
Nilicheki tu kuna msalisema like this Starch guy was like okay. Alikuwa ganini? I think alikuwa way behind.
Yeah, so he was way behind. But he used to do shows also sporadically, once every 6 months. So whenever even I didn't move to Nairobi right away. I was in Kericho for a bit, staying in Shags and Kulima huko nini. So I used to put on a show once every 6 months or the year. I'm like, is there a show? There's none. So I was like, you know what? I moved to Nairobi and I was like, I'm going to do this. You've tried to run away from what you do, and then you realize you got to go back to it. So we sit back down and we start doing this together. So we started, it was Karura Comedy Club, Saturday Night Comedy. Hata ilikuwa tu Dag Mutai nini. So when I was Majuu, I had a lot of fans in Kenya. When you walikuwa nakuja. So they used to come to our initial shows whenever I promoted a show. So I came and we did that, and it started happening that. So I talked to Brian. I told him, listen, let's work together. Let's create a pool so that we can always just share each other. Instead of me doing my one man every month, let's do that merry-go-round thing. But then nobody else, the guys didn't follow through. Comedians, we are comedians at the end of the day. Guys were not able to necessarily follow through with starting their own rooms, like shows, so that we have our show every week. So it ended up just being stand-up collective, doing shows every month regardless whether guys did it or not. But those guys were there, like they came to perform, they came to write, it just became, okay, you know what, maybe this is something I can do better than others, and somebody else will take something else, and that's what will happen. So that's what we started doing. So I just kept it together, and then moved it to 2 shows a month, and then weekly shows, and then after a while Punchline came into the scene. At that point it was still largely a money loss thing where you're spending a lot of money to put on shows. You get 30 people coming, 20 people coming, even sometimes 10. We had two. October 2018. Naikumbuka kama leo, it was 2 people on a Saturday, bro.
I hope walicheka. And that is what kept us going. Because now what I knew was, as long as the product is good, the scalability can be done over time. That one, we can figure that out. We can even we can lose money as we build, but bora product iko sawa. So even when it was those 2 people, or it was the 20, they had the time of their lives. They would laugh, they could not, and everybody used to be was in so much disbelief that we had this happening in Nairobi. It was very underground. So we did that. When the other club came through, I was happy to share the burden with saying, not only us losing money all the time, let them also share in the burden. But of course, we did. So that was the main start for, and our philosophy was that curate the culture, incubate the culture locally, and also help these crafts people like ourselves get good at what they do. Because even I remember when I was in, I think it was 2013, I was having a conversation and I was here and I was like, I should do a show when I was like a bigger show than what I was doing at Churchill, and people were like, manze Kenya na stand up kwanza ya kizungu hizo intelligent comedy wachana nazo, Kenyans hawezi elewa hizo. And it's just people projecting their own insecurities on you. So I kind of believed it, but it disturbed me. So as I was away, somebody, while I was just in touring in Canada, one of those shows, and somebody was like, so is there a stand-up in Kenya? Did you start in Kenya? And I was like, because I had gotten some big shows over there and things were working out really well. And I was like, no, we don't have. So you started here? I started here. But did you learn? And then I realized I didn't even go to school for this. So it means I have it. So, and all of a sudden it was a eureka moment. All of a sudden these people have been telling me Kenyans don't get that. I was like, where the hell did I come from? If Kenyans don't get this kind of humor, where did I come from? Why would I have that humor? And then they stuff like, and then I started, going back into times, trying to think what has been happening. Remember, there's that special Nani did, Rapture.
that thing was solid, and even though I could tell it wasn't workshopped as much, like he did it he just wrote it in front of people, but he didn't workshop it on stage. But the seed was there, like it's potent enough. So I was like, hiyo ikaanza kunichoma sasa, ikaanza it used to burn me a lot. So when I started it here, it was with that confidence that I knew I can build that. We can curate the audience from scratch. We can build them as long as we keep the product pure, like we do the thing right,
which we've been able to do. Nanini, how did the roast come up? Because the roast with Eugene. So Eugene. Of course, it's this big TV exec. He's like a Harvey Weinstein.
Another one, another good one.
Like a TV exec. And then owns clubs. And then now kuna the roast. So of course the venue is there. Him and his TV background is there. But now is he the one who came up with the concept?
So in principle, I guess Eugene attended a show. And he really loved it. And then he left, and then he came to another show when we were doing the blues. He came to 2 groups, Kwanza Hapo Punchline, and then he really loved the show obviously, and then he left, and then so I knew Eugene before. I know a lot of work about his work. So when he came to blues in town, we talked, we exchanged numbers, and I was like, by the way, I was a fan of the stuff you did. I remember Young Rich when it pioneered the whole hopeful Africa thing. Those documentaries pioneered a lot of good positive messages around that time about Kenya, especially in the diaspora. We used to watch it and it was like, fuck home, Kenya, So we met and we talked. So the next time he came, he brought Kinabien, he brought Nameless. He used to bring celebrities to the shows. And every time he did, of course, we can't ignore celebrities. We start throwing jabs at them. He's here. So he say, and it was just crowd work for us. We're just doing crowd work. But he says, hey, you guys roasted Nameless that time. I furayed, you roasted Bien, and I really loved it. And I was like, all right, that's amazing. So then he kept telling me, I need you to come and start a room, a night in my club in town. We are renovating, but once we are done, you come. So I went and I thought, how many people have I met when you're ananiambia too and it's bullshit, and we exchange numbers, we never talk again. So it was like, whatever, man, I would love to. But at that point, even me, I was like, I don't know if I can. It's a CBD. I went to his club. There was a few things that I was like, I don't know if it can be tough to do this. I heard stories about in the past when they used to do poetry, so I wasn't sure. But then he messaged me, he called me, we started talking, and then he told me, so the memaliza renovation, nataka uangalie. I was like, so I passed by as well, and I didn't even call him. Mimi tu niko sneak in, I look around, and I'm going. And then we were supposed to do that show on Thursdays. But we had just started.
A comedy night.
A comedy night. Not just a comedy night. On Thursdays. But so at that point, I'm like, hey, I'm back. And, I was doing other stuff, other business. So I was really backed up with stuff to do. So I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do comedy unless, because comedy, again, is always hit and miss, especially financially. Stuff ilikuwa inashika. So, but then Mayura, I started doing it at Mayura in Westlands on Thursdays. So I was like, I can't, because we just kubalid to do this with Mayura. We're going to incubate a thing here. If anything, we can do Tuesday maybe.
Okay.
It's like Tuesday. And then he just said, and then we just met. He even invited us to his place. This guy just thinks very can think details too. He can scale up details. I mean, that's why he's a TV producer. And he says, let's do a Tuesday. I was like, you're down with a Tuesday? I was like, you know what? One of the things that we do when we're looking for club owners to collaborate with is the passion of the club owner. Like, if somebody just wants us, because we used to get people, you partner up with somebody who wants to use comedy as a magic bullet. The entire night, their business is falling. And they just want you to solve their problems. They don't care about what the fuck you're doing. So for me, already I'm like, this guy fucks with us. Like, fucks with us 100%. He's a co-signer for sure. Like, industry co-signer. He's stamped us, rubber stamped us. He's brought celebrities here. His entire staff, kwa hiyo ni studio yake hiyo ya DRTV, he's brought them almost 40 people at different times. Leo anakuja na 5, kesho anakuja na 10, kesho anakuja mpaka wote wakawatch. Wengine waliishika, wengine wako ikubali, they didn't connect with it. But for him, the point was, watch this. It's a big fan. So he says we start the show, and I was like, you know what? We did the math. We were sitting with some guys, and we're like, you know what? We've never had somebody give us so much. Like seem like he believes in what we're doing so much. I feel like we can do some magic here. And then of course the guy has a magic touch with his stuff, with the whatever he does with TV, the documentary. So I was like, you know what? Let's fuck with this guy. This guy is really ametupea a lot of support that you can never take away with that amount of co-signing.
And all this time it's not about roast.
No, it's not about roast. So this time he says, let's launch this. Let me talk to Bien. He's very close friends with Bien. Let me talk to Bien. He's releasing a project. We roast him on the night of the launch of the night, the very first one. A Laugh Attack Tuesday will launch with a roast of Bien. So I was just like, damn, that would be something. But I'm like, a roast though? For the entire night? Dude, I've done a roast battle where I'm roasting people we know. And he's like, Bien, of course, himself is also another guy who says, I fucks with you guys. You guys are funny. You should keep doing this. So I was like, all right, let's try it. But let's blend it with just regular comedy so that we do what it is. So we did the roast. And then it was a hit and miss. So some guys were roasting, some guys were just doing comedy. So we tuli interspersivo. And of course it was amazing. And then he talks to Kinabian again, says, listen, post this on your platforms. We could post it or somebody else could post it.
It won't go as far.
It won't go as far. Post this on your platforms. Bian posts it on his platforms. On the Sauti Soul. It goes crazy. Of course, it gets a lot of traction. It gives us a lot of numbers. People start fucking with us. People start now knowing that more people learn that we exist. Of course, at this point, there's been a buzz. The entire 2021 has just buzzed. Kina Tai breaking out. Kina Amandip getting virals. You know, I get, you know, so it became, there was a real buzz there. So it became very easy. So now, while we were talking, there was a conversation with NTV. NTV wanted us to do a show. It was going to be on Sunday, prime time.
I remember Tai told us about that. The show that never worked out. We wanted to shoot like 4 episodes in one night.
Which would have happened. We could have done it because it was a 30-minute show. We do a 2-hour show every time and instantly. And by the way, we were not going to do it at the open mics. We were going to do it at the paid shows. The paid shows are much more tight. They are more potent. So they are not hit and miss. The open mics are very raw. It's everything it's vibes more than anything. The weekend shows are a performance. It's a bit different. So we decided, let's do it on. We could have done it because by the time somebody's going on stage on that weekend show, we know that the 5 they are doing or the 7 they are doing is tight. Is 3-4 laughs per minute. It's gonna be good. So it was not a problem to bulk shoot. We did. In fact, we were pushing for that honestly because we didn't wanna be married. You don't wanna do it. It takes away. It becomes a job every time you're running around and considering the money that local TV pays. It's bullshit.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it to be working full time like that. So we had agreed. So we shot a pilot. It looked good, but the terms of engagement were not favorable. We didn't seem like we would get on board. And then, but what was happening? Also Eugene introduced us to Gado of Buni. The guys, the producers of TMI, the guys who own the TMI. So introduced us, and these guys apparently had a plan to do this show for a while, but
wakafanya
auditions I'm sure walikuwa wameona ni watu, but when they came to our show they are like, this is what we've been looking for, this is exactly what we want. They came to number 7 actually on that night with Kina Eugene brought them. Eugene used to do that thing of bringing different people every week, like different decision makers, different fun people to just come and experience the comedy. The people, so Kina Nani is people, I don't know if they were having a conversation about producing the show TMI, I don't know if they did at all, but he brought Kina Nani and Kina Dylan, and they watched the show. The guys from PMI, the US guys, they loved the show, they loved everything. So they said, okay, I think they decided they're gonna fucks with us. So Tai had put out work, man. Tai was out there, he's killing it with everything. So I'm sure when they saw Tai, it was an easy this guy, it's an easy decision. He's worked, he's put in the work. It was a perfect time. So they came and we went to, so NTV were going to be airing that show. In fact, when these guys were going to NTV to Kina Buni and PMI were going to NTV to talk about the show that they're going to have, the NTV guys were telling them, look at Stand Up Collective to like check them out. They have some stuff because I think they're going to use some internet, some of the famous internet sketch comedians. So now they decided, let's check it out. So they checked it out and they had a good, they liked it.
Yeah.
So we went and worked with them. So NTV, I think, at that point when we couldn't kubaliana, I'm sure the Buni terms were much more favorable because they have a stronger backing, they are stronger in everything. So they were able to take that show. They took that show to replace Churchill as opposed to the one that we were going to be bringing.
Okay.
But of course, it was a good blessing because as they're attacking it, guess who is in the writing team? Sisi bado the watu wenye tulikuwa kwa ile show yenye inge work out. So it's a double win. It was really nice.
That's dope. Yeah. So naona like tumekuwa pamoja for over 3 hours. So thank you.
Shit, man. All right.
Thank you, man. Because considering like we spent 3 hours of
preparation. Yeah, bro.
Preparation, but hey, man, it's been a dope show. Also, wacha to remind watu vitu kadhaa. Don't forget every Friday 9 p.m. Iko Nini live. Hata nani jo? Unajua ukiwa free unaweza to join jo. We go live every Friday.
All right.
Yeah, we'll send you a link.
Please do.
So there's that, but apart from that pia we are still advertising the merchandise. You can get an Iko Nini t-shirt for 1,000 shillings. And apart from that you can get an Iko Nini hoodie. This goes for 2,500. Alafu hii hoodie tunasemaga nini? Nunua hoodie za Iko Nini. Juu sehemu nyeti ukitegemea baridi itakulemea. Kuna baridi Nairobi buda. Cheki jo, amevaa jacket, amevaa hoodie jo. Alafu hoodie zetu zinakuja na kala zote jo. Na cheki hata kwa live show zingine utatuona na rangi zingine jo. Ama ulituona na rangi zingine because hatujui when you'll watch this. Itakuwa after some live show ile itakuwa tumenini. So hata tunaweza sema hivyo. Ile live show last week ulituona. Sasa alikuwa na blue, si ndio? Unaona. Alafu leo so na cheki. So kuna hiyo alafu pia every Tuesday unakuwa kana comedy tao kawe ni msawa na hijo. Ni place naitwa number 7. Enda mapema cause waga inaja. Enda uenjoy. So kuna kuwa na comedy na apart from that kuna roast. Roast za watu kadhaa ushasikia nikibonga juu ya roast ya Ben Sol leli ni nice kabisa. So kuna hiyo. Alafu kama wewe ni stand up comedian pia nakumbuka anaitwa nani Tai alisema kuna vile mtu anaweza learn the ropes na nyinyi stand up collective.
That's part of we do that.
Mondays.
We meet every Monday, we chop it. We meet right now we're doing it at 2 Grapes, but sometimes sometimes we used to do it at KNT Apple.
Alafu nini
just message us on the socials, we'll tell you where we are doing that period. We also have a Thursday show in Westlands. People can also drop in and sign Mayura, the Indian restaurant, if you want to try out. If you feel like you don't want to be sharpened, or you want to learn by fire, you can just come on that one.
Mimi mtu wa stereotypes nikisikia hiyo Mayura alafu ile msema Indian restaurant niko like, is it Amandip who hooked it up?
No, actually it's funny.
Okay.
Wasn't.
Amandip jo kufanya kazi
bwana. Amandip is a Nairobi boy, you guys. That guy is not an Indian. He thinks like a black guy. Like I don't think he knows he's not black.
Is kwa roast ya nani? Kwa roast ya nani? Ilikuwa Ben Sol ilikuwa. I don't even know your music. It was such a dope roast still. So tumeshukuru kabisa kukuhave hapa. Na vile tumesema jo, kwa unapenda stand up comedy, make sure na follow akina Dag. So kuna Dag, kuna Tai, kuna George Waweru. Si ni wengi Kisiangani ya jina.
Kisiangani.
Watu
stand up collective.
Alafu kwa sasa tukimalizia, tushambiwa say like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Ndio. Kuna story moja sikuuliza lazima nikuulize. Kuna piece fulani ulifanya ilikuwa funny sana. Kuna bonga juu ya how people should not make love to rumba. AKA Lingala. Alafu ikanikumbusha like fun enough apart from R&B before we even talk about rumba, what kind of music do you like making love to? If you had to choose.
If I was to choose, apart from even rumba, by the way, it's not bad. I actually like rumba. It's not it was just a joke for the joke because they are long. Rumba and hip hop of course. Ile era yangu. Era yangu wachana na pop. Let me call it pop music.
Tuna come back to her.
Okay. It's just R&B.
Make love to R&B.
A lot of
R&B. Wacha niwaambie. Good music to make love to. ni nini apart from R&B these two songs to squeeze hata tuanze tu hapa Kenya na some like gengeton kidogo alafu bongo alafu that Nigerian shit you know why because the African beat if you start unajua wakati when you're having sex a man is twerking
yes
now you twerk to the beat you keep the woman guessing see beat per minute kwa terra so inabidi uende then beat per minute na kwa slow then na kwa
let me take it a bit technical so nikisema R&B I mean like blues and stuff like that now going by that beats per minute analogy normal music iko na inaitwa simple time signature 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 how fast can you go with that
you'll stay on beat usicheze you'll stay on beat kwanza nini kwanza nikupatie
iko compound time signature 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6
yes but slow speed skiza ninakwambia itakuwa rhythmic itakuwa but some point a woman just wants to fuck
those ones
and if the woman just wants to fuck weka yope
itachapa
ama weke nani sura yako nzuri unaenda na yeye ama hata weke nani ase na matata ile kunaitwa nini ile ngoma nikumbuka meja na matata
pomba na kizungu nimesahau najua remember
zako nacheza utakubali hizo mnatoka ni cardio
lakini when you're struggling nimeanza kufikiria juzi sometimes when you start overthinking manze sipendi kusikia sauti ya mwanaume akiimba nataka tu instrumental ama madem
mimi sijali ile mimi nikiwa hapo
rhythm
mimi sasa nakwambia hiyo rhythm
especially there's some detail I can't kuna details sema hapa hivi
check wacha tuangalie the Lingala movement first of all Lingala movement inakuwaga it's very sexual
yes.
Now the only thing lacking kwa ile Lingala is they are actually wearing clothes now take the same beat you inside a woman and just move your ass like you're dancing nothing beats that shit nilimwambia tu so umse joke yake ilikuwa jia ati shida hiyo shit ukininilingala ni kawe ni 1 minute man ni shida cause ngoma ni refu
na iko na crescendo inaenda kudipa
repeat tena alafu anaanza kuongea katikati alafu unasikia Luambo akiongea juu shwali hata
wewe sasa yule bastanat
kitambo uko zile za ulikam unachukua feedback bro yani
agona video lakini ya mademi waga hiyo kitu yao okay sawa so hiyo episode 100 tutakuwekea behind the scenes kadhaa za episode vile hii episode ilianza hatuko tumekalia hata hii kiti tumestruggle jo lakini still thank you very much kwa wase wote walitujoin from episode 1 sasa tuko 22,000 subscribers so thank you very much na vile pia tumesema kama unapenda comedy akina Dag Mutai Taingashira tutaendelea kuwaleta utajua jo comedians wamejaa kibao si ndio tukimalizia episode 100 tukisema eka nene